Okay, so today we're going to be talking about combining like terms and solving. Let me focus this a little bit. Looks a little out of focus. Okay, so we've kind of done this already, right? But combining like terms, you're looking for terms that either have the same variable, like if you have 2x and 3x, those can combine to become 5x, right? Or have no variable, like 2 plus 3, right? You can combine to become 5, okay? You're just looking, those are like terms. They need to share the variable or not have a variable, basically. So looking at number 1, for example. And when we're combining like terms, we only combine when they're on the same side of the equal sign, as far as just using their normal signs. So let me show you what I mean by that. So here, when we are looking at, there's only one term on the right side there, so there's no like terms there. But here on the left side, there are two terms, a negative 7r and a 6r. Now, when we combine them on the same side like this, you don't have to do the opposite sign or anything like that, or the opposite operation. What you would do is you would do the normal operation, what they are right now. So you have a negative 7r and you have a positive 6. So that is like negative 7 plus 6. Now, if you're not sure what negative 7 plus 6 is, it is not negative 13. Okay? That's what I see all the time. Okay? If you're not sure what it is, you have calculators, right? You can do negative 7 plus 6, and it will tell you the correct answer of negative 1, right? So that actually becomes negative 1r, and I'll put negative 1r. You could also write that as just negative r, right? And that equals negative 6 still. And then to solve that, you would just have to divide by the negative 1, right? Divide by negative 1, r is equal to positive 6, and that's your answer, okay? So that first step that we do with multi-step equations is just combine like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign. That means that we don't have to do multiple steps to get rid of things, and it's very important when they have the variable, because you can't divide by 6 and then divide by negative 7, because you're going to get the wrong answer. Okay? Again, let's look at another example. Let's look at this problem over here. So let's look at number 2 right there. So looking at number 2, I see that 4 and 7 don't have variables, so those are like terms. And again, notice when I circle them as like terms, I make sure to include the sign in front. That tells me whether to add or subtract, basically, right? So this is a positive 4, this is a positive 7. So that would be like 4 plus 7, right? 4 plus 7 is 11. So you have 11 minus 2x equals 13. Now, let's say I had combined that a different way. So let me rewrite it again. So 13 equals 4 minus 2x plus 7. So let's say I combined it, but this time I put it behind that negative 2x. So it's still the same thing, right? But I would write it as 13 equals negative 2x plus 11. The key thing here, notice the difference, is in both of these the 11 is positive and the x is negative. That's usually what we lose sometimes. That's a common mistake that we lose when we are combining like terms. We need to make sure the appropriate signs are associated with the appropriate number. Okay? Now at this point, it's just a two-step equation, right? You get rid of the add subtract first, so you'd minus 11. Since it's positive, you'd minus it. That gives you 2 is equal to negative 2x, and then you would divide by negative 2. And you're going to get x is equal to negative 1. Okay, I'm going to switch to a pen because that's kind of shiny. Let's look at another example. Let's look at number 6 here. So this one, we've got a few different numbers on this side that don't have a variable. Okay, so I have 8a plus 2. So that's a like term. I have the minus 3 and the minus 3. Again, notice how I included the sign with it. So this would be like 2 minus 3, which is negative 1, and then minus 3, which would be negative 4. So all those combined, you would get 8a minus 4. Okay? And again, you can think of that -3, -3, that's -6, right? 2 minus 6, -4. However you think about it in your head, that's fine. You could even plug it in your calculator. 2 minus 3, all together is -4. Okay? All those things are nice tools or ways to think about it. Okay? Then we have a two-step equation. So we'd get rid of the add subtract first. So add 4 since it's negative. That gives me 8a is equal to 16. And then to get rid of the a, it is multiplying with the 8. Or sorry, to get rid of the 8, you would divide by 8. And a is going to equal 2. That's your answer. Okay? Not too tough, right? Let's try another one here. Let's look and see if I can find... Ooh, let's look at... I actually already did that one. It's the same problem. Let's do... Ooh, I like this one. Number 14. So, this one. We've only got one number over here, right? So, looking over here, we've got two like terms, 8b and -7b. So, this is a positive 8b. This is a negative 7b. So when I combine them, it would be like 8, positive 8, minus 7, right? 8 minus 7. That's going to be just b or 1b. If it's just 1b, you can just write it as b, right? But you still have this minus 7 in the middle. So that's still there. Equals -7. Okay, not too bad, right? Now, we need to get rid of the -7. So you would add 7, right? So add 7 to each side. And -7 plus 7 is 0, so those are gone. -7 plus 7, and this is where a lot of students get stuck. They cancel out, right? And you're left with nothing. What's the math equivalent of nothing? That would be 0. Okay? All right. Then, this is probably my favorite problem on the whole thing. So looking at this, there's a couple ways we can do this. Now again, we always want to combine like terms. That's going to be the quickest way to do a lot of this. So looking at number 16, we've got two like terms, right? We've got a -1 and we've got a +1. So the easiest thing to do would be to combine them. Okay? -1 plus 1 is 0. They're gone, right? What's left? We have 8 equals p. Hey, look, my variable is all by itself. I'm done. Problem solved. That is all you had to do. I really like that one. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do? Yeah, let's do that one. Okay. Let's look at 15 over here. So we have -8a plus 2a plus 3a. Those are all like terms, right? So that's a -8, that's a +2, that's a +3. Okay, I can combine all three of those. -8 plus 2 is -6, right? And -6 plus 3 is -3. So these are all going to combine to become -3a. Now again, if you're not sure how to combine those, plug it into your calculator. Guys, the calculator can save you time. Like, it is not a time sink to do -8 plus 2 plus 3. It is going to save you time because it's going to give you that number very quickly instead of you thinking, struggling, having to redo the problem because you didn't get it right or got some decimal right. Just use your calculator. Okay? So -3a. And then that equals -9. And then one step equation, right? -3 is multiplying, so to undo it, you would divide by -3. And a is going to equal 3. And that's your answer. Okay? All right. If you have any questions or concerns or problems or, anything, ask your teacher. We're here to help. We want to help. You got to ask us. And I will see you out there.